On this episode of Task Force Geek, we have 3 comic creators on to talk about 2 different projects, their methods and passions. We welcome back Marrk Mulgrave and for the first time, artist Pedro Ang, who are doing the Tropical Magicks Comic. And we welcome back Markus Pattern, who will talk about his Burnt Ends comic in his 13 Shots of Whiskey series. And we welcome you to join us. That's all coming up next. Welcome to Task Force Geek. My name is Dark Cooper, and today I am joined by Walt. Fresh off the road.
Fresh off the road.
Barely made it. What? How long? Did you spend an hour and 45 minutes coming home?
Today it wasn't that long. It was just it was an hour and 15 today.
An hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I highly recommend Waze. Waze, there's a plug for you, so give us money.
Yeah, that's good. Give us some money, Waze. We just mentioned you. What else do you want? We need your help. All right. Also, we have for the second time, we have Markus Pattern. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yourself, sweetheart?
Where are you located?
I'm located in London.
London. So we have Dallas with Walt in London. And up next, we have Gingerson, also known as Marrk Mulgrave.
Right.
That's right. Where are you at?
I'm in Panama City, Florida.
Panama City, Florida. So look, we're all over the place tonight. And in that vein, here comes Pedro. Hey, Pedro, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Rainy night, so it's kind of fresh. So,
right. Where are you located?
I'm located in Panama, the country. And
yeah, not Panama City.
No, Panama, the country where the canal and whatnot. Noriega. Drugs.
That's awesome. And apparently, it's raining cats and dogs there, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, horribly.
Although you said, I don't know, I can't really hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's my fault.
Sure.
Or
so maybe I don't trust my mic. Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe your mic's doing the right thing because it's supposed to just grab right here instead of everything behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
Pedro just paid some kids to stand outside his window with a garden hose, just simulate the rain.
It's all Foley sound.
He's just faking the rain.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good stuff. All right, let's do a little housekeeping.
Housekeeping. Housekeeping.
Come back later, please.
Housekeeping.
Not now.
That makes me laugh every time.
Me too. Every time I used to say housekeeping, that's the thing I was thinking of is that clip. And so I went and found it. I thought,
nice.
I need to put.
Do you ever watch any old Bill Hicks routines? No,
tell me about it.
I mean, you don't want me swearing that much, do you? So I know maybe here's a routine about housekeeping.
You were on your best behavior last time, but we let it slip all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to start off the show with
I hear the YouTube rules are not within the first 15 minutes. So
right, they want you at the very beginning to try to be good. And there's certain things you're not supposed to say, like certain subjects that I will not talk about. That they apparently are listening to you and stuff. I try to stay away from those. Most of this, I mean, since we're talking about comics, that usually doesn't come up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So the graphic that I usually put up is out of date and it doesn't matter anyway. Right now, I think for the next 2 weeks, I'm probably just going to have regular contributors on to get caught up because it seems like we, with all of the guests that we've been having lately, that some of our regular contributors like Scott and Casey Jane and people who have, like stories to tell, they haven't been on the show. And so I know that they've got, it's just killing them and they want to get in there. And so I'm probably going to do just our regular contributors for the next couple of weeks, unless someone comes in and says, look, I've got a Kickstarter. I got to talk about it. In which case, basically all of May is open right now. So if you're listening to this right now and you have a comic project coming up and you want to talk about it, then you can get in touch with me at taskforcegeek@gmail.com, and you can kind of pick your date in May for right now. First come, first serve. So there you go. There's our guest update. Let's see. The next thing I want to talk about is our swag. Swag time. There's our t-shirts. Walt and Steve are doing all of our t-shirts, and you can get them at taskforce-geek. I can't speak tonight. I don't know what my problem is. .creator-spring.com. It's just going to be one of those nights. So if you're interested in getting a Task Force Geek t-shirt or mug, whatever it is, please go over there. Walt, we got any new things coming up?
I'm still working on Hooper Friends.
Oh, Hooper Friends is so awesome. I can't wait for that. That would be wonderful. And finally, let's get some likes and shares going on. If you are watching this live, please share it to your feed so that your feed becomes our feed. Give us some likes, please. If you're watching on YouTube, then please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Now is the time. We need your help. All right. That's it. Time for our first feature presentation. I got new interstitials coming, guys. I've been.
I like that. That was
thank you.
Little,
Thank you very much.
That was delicious. Yeah.
I have been. Wow, I have been. When you do these silly video things, there's so many options on what you can do, and I mean, I have spent literally hours going through stuff trying to figure out, what I'm going to use for this stuff. And I want it to. There's certain things I need it to do, and I got a whole new thing I'm going to try. Oh my God. I'm going to go crazy here if I implement this other thing. But anyway, it's a lot of fun.
Homemade chip tune isn't the way to go.
What's that?
Homemade chip tune isn't the way to go, if my view
yes.
to be believed.
That's a great idea.
It's not. I do it, but
Well, the guy who's
out 10 years ago.
You started doing that 10 years ago?
No, I started doing it 2 years ago, like 8 years too late. So.
2 years ago. Holy crap. Well, the guy who's talking is the guy who we're going to be doing first here. It's Markus Pattern. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me back.
Let me give you his bio here. Markus, this is the bio that's on his sheet here. Markus Pattern is a cat who draws. A digital comic book artist with a sketchy pop art style. If Marvel and anime had a baby, he finds himself drawing a lot of horror-themed comics, which is awesome. You can find his work in the pages of Not So Fair Tales, the webcomic, the Hell It's My Turn, and a handful of anthologies. He lives in London with his wonderful wife and child, who's allowing him to be up late with us, right?
Pretty much.
So we appreciate that. He's been making art since he was 13, and he's been into comics since he was knee-high to a grasshopper, as have I. Well, welcome back, Markus.
Thank you for having me back.
Or as I like to say, thanks for coming to us from the future. 6 hours in the future, that is.
That's right. He has 6 hours in the future. All right. Well, Markus, on the last episode that we had you on, it was episode 78. And tonight's episode is 89. And in that period of time, you have a new comic ready to debut. How long did it take for you to get that second issue done?
7 weeks. It would.
Pretty good.
I took a week out because I stopped from doing like raster layers to vector layers, and even though they're basically the same thing, it's a bit of a learning curve. So I basically took a week out to kind of get myself even more customized to it. But yeah, basically 7 weeks minus a week out to get myself accustomed. So yeah, soup to nuts, written and drawn and lettered, 7 weeks. To any future publishers out there who would think, oh, that's a useful thing to have somebody do,
Well, yeah, seriously. I mean, and you're not just doing the writing or just doing the pencils or just doing the inks. You're doing the whole thing.
The whole shebang.
Yeah, 7 weeks. I would say that's a pretty good pace. I mean, are you happy with that the pace on that comic?
Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's good.
I mean, I'm
I'm
We
impressed.
can do better, but yeah. No,
I mean,
no, not to be modest and self-effacing. But yes, no, I think it's pretty good going. And if I'm starting the third issue, so hopefully if I can keep that going, it's it's my aim to get like 70s out within this year, which would be which would be about the right time for 7 weeks of comics. So yeah, no, I'm pretty proud of myself. But I'm British, so I can't show any kind of like kind of pride in myself. Otherwise, I'm like, it's just not in my nature.
you don't want to give yourself a break for
No
fear for
It's just
fear
like-
of not staying at that pace, right?
No, I know I can say it as praise. It's more just a case I can't receive or heap or give any sort of praise. It's just not. It's just in the cultural DNA of this silly little island.
I'm very impressed. 7 weeks to do a complete comic, top to bottom. That's pretty good.
I hope this isn't rude, but I'll from me to you, buddy, I'll give you a jolly good show.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's tip top of you, baby.
Marcus, tell us about the larger project, which is 13 Shots of Whiskey.
So yeah, 13 Shots of Whiskey is like an anthology series I'm doing, in which basically I dive into genres and stuff that I want to play with and stuff. So like the first issue, this one is called The Three Deaths of Willis Waterhouse and was a Western. The second issue, which we're talking about now, is called Burnt Ends, which is like a neo-noir. The third issue will be called Nagar Gadar, which will be basically the raid if it was a Lovecraftian thing. The
Hello.
The fourth one will be it would be like an origin story for this character I got called Butterfly, who was basically this crime boss, and it'd be kind of set, sort of in the future where like a small town in Italy had been flooded and stuff, and and then there'll be a fifth one, a sixth one, and the seventh one will be like a kind of compilation kind of thing, like small little like stories about like 4 pages, in which I'll be like, what's the most janky, horrible horror stuff I can stick in here? Like, what and like we'll like Super Eye Patch will make a video about it, how it broke his soul, and like and that's the aim for the 7th one, and then from there I'll be like taking stock. Or if say a publisher's like, whoa, 7 weeks, here's some money, do it for me. I have projects involved with that too. So it's either A, do this anthology for this year, or be picked up by a publisher to do something else. I'm easy.
You're open to that.
So yeah,
we talked about Brandon Sanderson last week, who just had a $44 million campaign, and one of the things he said is that he has a pitch for everyone. Like, there was some video game company that came to him, and he's like, I got a pitch for them. And then they had something else for him. He's like, I got a pitch for them. Hey,
I have a pitch for every possible publisher that you could possibly mention.
There you go. You got to be ready. You got to have the stuff ready for them. It's important. So that's
award-winning too. Like it'll be like the stuff that Netflix knickers over.
Netflix has a couple of $100 million deals with people who are not producing stuff, including Meghan and Harry and the Obamas. They're sitting on $100 million deals. They haven't produced anything yet. Why not, hand over?
I'll take 10. I'm not greedy.
A few million,
to
make it a few episodes, right?
I could buy me a house and I'll do it for free.
Just get Marcus a house.
Just get him a house.
A nice house in London. There'll be a tax write-off for you anyway, so not like it's going to cost you that much.
Right.
There you go.
So yeah.
A write-off for a write-off.
Netflix for a house. There we go. That's the takeaway from this. Or anybody for a house. I'm not fussy.
Absolutely.
I think I like that. I think I'm gonna use that line for a house. Just a house. Just give me a house.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. If you have a house that's paid for, that's going to take care of a lot of the issues.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right?
Yeah.
Not a bad deal. Tell us about Burnt Ends.
So Burnt Ends is a neo-noir sleazy kind of thing, which basically, like if True Detective was set in the 1950s, essentially the story is there's this the tagline is that the town of St. Giles is bedeviled by a serial killer called the Burnt Ends serial killer. But did he kill Roxy Jackson? It's up to Sylvester Bloom to prove the truth that he knows that, and possibly catch the killer in the end. So, yeah, basically, it's about a private detective who is hired to get photos of one rich woman having an affair, so her husband can divorce her. And she's like, "Well, I don't want to get divorced. I shouldn't lose my money because he's paranoid. So how about you take photos of the mayor having an affair with his wife's niece, and then we're even, right?" And he goes, "Well, that sounds about right to me, because salacious photos of the mayor making more money than salacious photos of her." But like a horrible accident happens at the mayor's house, and instead of being like, "Oh, darn, a horrible," I'm past the 15-minute mark, I can swear, "Oh, goodness me, a horrible thing has happened," he covers it up by doing something really gross to the corpse and stuff. And Sylvester's like, "Well, I ain't having that noise." And so basically he's trying to find out, he's trying to prove what he knows. And that's the gist of the story. Full of sex, sleaze, and gore. Quite gory.
Yeah, this is a situation where you are doing some adult content, which I think is really interesting. You don't always see, adult content in comics. I think it creates kind of a, it creates a few issues with, some parameters with maybe social media or maybe advertising things and stuff. How do you feel about putting adult content in your comic?
It's a medium. It was needed for the plot and the show and everything.
Right.
So like, it's not really. I would argue it's not gratuitous. I mean, for one thing, I didn't have that much fun drawing the sex scenes anyway. To be like, well, to be like kind of like sweaty face and stuff. So okay, it's it's just nudity. And even the sex scene is just kind of like, I mean, it's not boring, but it's not like kind of like it's not like hardcore hentai. It's like it's just
certainly
it's
not.
It's just a couple enjoying a relationship with each other, and then and then obviously there's the violence, which like I suppose if you're upset about violence in comics in this day and age, I don't know how you have any pearls to clutch anymore, really.
So true.
And I will put my hand up. There was a lot of swearing in this book because that's how I talk. So
Well, it's set in the 50s. It's gritty. I read the whole comic. It's got some twists and turns in it. It's gritty, which is what it's supposed to be. I mean, that's the point of the genre that you're doing. You certainly don't have to explain adult content to me. I love adult content.
You definitely don't have to explain it to him.
But it's unusual. I mean, a lot of people try to steer clear of it, and I think you're right. It's not gratuitous. There's nothing in there that is not part of the plot or doesn't serve the mood or the spirit of what you're doing. But for me, it's kind of refreshing to see it and just kind of put out there. But if you're interested, what is that?
It's no more gratuitous than this book. If you can tolerate Naga by Bengal, and you should read this, by the way. If you can tolerate this, then you can tolerate the Burnt Ends.
I had to write that down.
Yep.
So I'll hold it up a little longer. We can all take a screenshot.
Cool.
Let me know if else's work.
Is that the artist that's on the inside there?
Yeah. Bengal. He
like
did
that
a
art?
whole bunch of. He did a whole bunch of. He did a whole bunch of Ghost Spider and Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really nice.
He also did. What did he do? He did that thing with Death of Glory, Rick Remender.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Rick Remender, right. Very cool. Yeah, I like that. Now, you haven't come out with the comic yet. Do you think that you'll have any? I mean, basically, because you're not, you are not releasing it through like comic book stores or anything. So it really doesn't matter what you have in there. You don't really have to worry about people giving you issues, right?
I mean, I'm over here, so I don't think I think all the like the indie comic shops over here just, well, if they ever respond to emails, don't care about that stuff. I mean, like, you know, literally what I put in
Most
is like is about what you would see in issues of 2000 AD, and that's sold in W.H. Smith's. So, you know, it's like, I mean, obviously, I realize in the States there's different values and stuff, but like, you know, it's just, I mean, personally, I mean, yes, it's adult in the fact that like just being adult means I get to tell a story without having to confine myself, but it's not. I mean, I would argue it's not grotesque. I'd argue it's not pornographic. I'd argue that it's not like anything. I'm not making a Russ Myers movie, or
Certainly not. I mean, I've read it. I can tell you it's not like that.
Yeah. So, like, you know,
it's just like a rated R movie, folks. I mean,
Yeah,
that's all it is. It's just it's like a, your typical rated R movie.
Can I ask you a question, Marcus?
by all
Please.
means.
Do you know a guy named Lucifer Storm? Another British. I think he's actually in London. You mentioned foxes earlier. I think he like keeps foxes as well. But he's a comic artist and writer. He did Lady Satan, and his latest book is Ed Gein, Demon Hunter.
Rings a bell. I think I remember. No, I remember something, but I'm getting confused here. Yes, maybe not personally.
Okay, yeah, he's got a really great YouTube channel. That's one of the spots where I learned to write comics. He does like a how to write comics series, but he also used to do a lot of live streams. But he's sort of like balls deep in this Ed Gein series now. But you probably would like the series just sort of based off of what you're talking about with your book.
Ed Gein, Monster Hunter, Demon Hunter. I mean, I love the Mudvayne LCD album, so Ed Gein's always up my alley.
Yeah,
There you go.
nice.
Dig.
Since everyone here has a YouTube channel, we should be interviewing each other.
Right.
I mean, what else? I mean, what else do you have? You got.
You don't want to interview me on my YouTube channel. All I do is post videos of my Gran Turismo playing. So no.
I mean, if you guys want to come on my live streams and chat, I mean, if I can figure out how to do it, it means it's I've got something to do while I'll be looking down drawing, but But yeah,
I'd like to do one of those one of these days.
Drink and draws are very popular.
we can drink and
sit there and-
I'm taking. Also, can figure out how
look,
to do it.
It's
By the way,
it's
if anyone sees my YouTube link in here, this I need like about 100 subscribers to change this janky URL. So like, if
I was going to talk about. I don't have it broken out, but once we get to YouTube, there it is right there. You can see that you're saddled with the same thing that we were at the beginning of this thing. Instead of just giving you the channel, instead of just giving you whatever it is that you want to do, they make you have 100 subscribers before they allow you to name your channel. So get over there to Marcus's YouTube. We'll link it in the show here. Get over there and subscribe to it.
please,
So that he can.
apart from like today, I generally live stream every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 o'clock London time, and in theory I'm posting videos up like every Wednesday and Friday. In theory, but that's not as regular as it should be, but in theory, in theory.
So you said that you changed your process. You want to talk about that a little bit as an artist?
Well, yeah, basically the difference between Burnt Ends and Three Deaths of Willis Waterhouse is like Three Deaths of Willis Waterhouse is a western, and kind of in that vein of like kind of old timey. It's like it's a bit the line work's a bit lighter, and it's not so much blacks and stuff, and essentially like some of the line work. Looking back at it, was a case of that's really kind of a bit too thin for my liking, and it's like and my normal process is to basically kind of like take the line work, duplicate it and blur it and stuff, but that was really having the effect. And instead of me going over the same line work again and again with the G pen, I figured, well, the vector layer has a function where you can go over it, and it thickens up the line, gives a bit more weight and stuff. Sorry for this is inside of baseball and born and stuff.
No, this is what I want to hear.
Make the line work thicker and stuff, but like, because I mean, and the way a vector layer works is different to a raster layer. So what I was doing with the raster layers is I would be kind of doing the shading and the stuff, and basically color using the raster layer like I would use a normal pen and brushing and stuff, but that doesn't work on a vector layer. And it took me about like a week, 2 weeks to 3 weeks to kind of get to understand that. And like I should have done a test run of it before I dove straight head deep into drawing the comic and everything, but like I didn't. So that's why I took a week out to redraw a Supergirl portfolio fan art piece. So like, once I figured that out, I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then so like the line work is on a different vector layer. Then like there's solid black layer. Then there's a tone layer and stuff. And so basically now it's all layers and stuff. So yeah, and it just meant that like so three shots of 3 deaths of Willis Waterhouse is perfect. Nothing wrong with it. But if there was something I could do to kill the lily, I did that with Burnt Ends, which is considering it's like a neo-noir thing, it's like much richer, deeper, and darker tones and stuff. And so, yeah, that's so essentially I was like, whatever I felt I did wrong with the first issue, and as an artist, you should always feel that there's something wrong with your work, otherwise you don't learn and improve.
I agree.
To improve that one, and this is what I did to improve this one. And now I know what I did wrong with this one. I have a better idea what I'm going to improve in the next one. Hopefully, once I've done the 3rd issue, I know what I can do to make the 4th issue a stand-up piece of work. And by the time we get to issue 7, it'll be god tier level artwork, and people are like, "Yay!"
That's the only way you improve is if you're just not happy with whatever you do. You just got to keep not being happy.
Once you reach God tier, you got to reach, God tier level 2, God tier level 3, kind of like a super.
As I reach, at some point I'm going to reach sun level, so like
So for people who are watching and might be interested in the artistic process, a vector layer is different than a raster layer. With a vector layer, you can continue to modify the lines over and over again.
Yes.
And it's just it's a different way of doing the artwork, and it gives you a lot of latitude after the fact. I know that, a lot of people use Adobe Illustrator. What were you using for your vector stuff there, Marcus?
Clip Studio.
Clip Studio.
I don't mess with Adobe anymore. Like afterwards, because I had fuck Adobe. Like I had basically I used to, where I worked, I used to be really good friends with like some guy who worked in like a really high end advertising campaign people. So I had access to really good. Basically I had access to like top tier advertising level Adobe and stuff. But that's before they did the whole subscription thing, and then like my computer died, so I need to reinstall it. And it's case of like, can we set this up? And it's like, it was just such an unmitigating ball ache, and it's like you couldn't get the old cracked versions. Like, sort of. And they don't have perspective rulers anyway, and that's the most irritating thing I found about Adobe. Is like you try to draw something in perspective, it goes all over gaff, and that's sort of Clip
Studio is insane with the tools that they have if you are doing comics.
And it's just the learning curve on it is just like a case of like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, it's a kind of a gradual thing, but like, it's still pretty like intuitive. Like, it's almost like you're just, drawing on a piece of paper with like Adobe, because it's a photo editing software.
Yes.
It's really that, it has its moments, but like it wasn't built for this.
I totally agree with you, because I deal with Adobe products all day, every day, because it's my job.
Yeah.
So, and I've probably mentioned this before, but if when it comes to doing buildings in cities, I build flat like storefronts in Illustrator, line art, and then I import them into Clip Studio, and then I use that the perspective. So
If I was smart, I would do that too.
Pretty clever.
I actually learned that from somebody on YouTube. I can't remember who it was, but I learned that from somebody on YouTube. I was like, "Ooh, it's time to build my my collection, my library, my personal library." So
You told me that the last time I was on this show, and I'm fairly certain I've seen like 3 YouTubers tell me the exact same thing. But like, I'm not going to do a good idea. Why would I do that?
You refuse.
Well, I'm one of these. I'm one of those type of people where it's like if I get a good collection of stuff, I will share it. So I'll just say, "Oh, you need building faces? Here, take it. Here's some."
I would love to know what the heck Jorge Jimenez is using. He's the guy who's doing Batman right now. That guy, I mean, I know he's using computer graphics. Like I'm thinking maybe he's using like three-dimensional rendering and then importing that into, at least with some. Yeah, Pedro.
Are you guys familiar with Blender?
I am. I don't use it, but I'm familiar.
I don't use it, but I'm familiar with it. Yeah.
Yeah, because as a recovering CG artist, like what I've seen people do, they basically create basic shapes, cubes, whatever. They mount the texture as a storefront, and then you move the camera to get the perspective you want. You render it, and there's your background.
I gotta get into that.
Yeah, you can redraw on top of it, or play with the materials and whatnot to make it look the way you want to look, and then just draw your characters on top. Like there's several ways to go on around that. You can also use AutoCAD, but I don't recommend that.
Oh God, that's
just nuts.
That sounds like a nightmare.
No,
I know they have what is it, Maya and Blender.
Oh yeah, Maya.
And
Maya is really expensive.
Dazed.
3D Max. You got 3D Max, Maya. You have what's the other one? I'm missing that. There's a lot of those. SketchUp is one. SketchUp and Cinema 4D also is a really good one for like CG applications, but for artists, like it's a great resource.
Are those all similar, or
they have different interfaces, but you do the same thing in all of them. In all of them, you model, you rig, you texture, you light, and you render. It's just learning the process in each one of them. And the cool thing about Blender is that it's open source, so you don't pay a dime. Has a decent sculpture, so you won't have like if you're using ZBrush, but it's pretty decent, so you can do your characters like really well there. And it has all the tools for you to make a movie, let alone do a comic book. So
I was using Blender, but then like I had to uninstall it and reinstall it, and it just would not open on my computer again.
Oh, it depends. It depends on the version, because you have to be really careful with which version you're installing in your computer. Because it can be buggy. I mean, you don't pay a dime, so you can really go like
yeah.
Man.
I was just like I was trying, and I thought like actually I like after 3 attempts to get it going again, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of those things that I know that once I go down the path, it's going to take me a week or so, maybe a month to get going on it. And I have so many other things to do right now. It's like, I can't halt what I'm doing to learn the damn thing. But at some point, there's things that I would love for it to do. And like, when I do a comic, it would be great to be able to build a room, a room that you're going to use over and over again. Yeah. Or if you're going to have like the bridge of a starship that you have every damn episode, it would be great to, build that thing once and then just be able to, populate it with action and characters.
Yeah. You can move the camera, you get different angles, and it's a great resource. Yeah.
Gigi says, Mr. Hooper, I remember when you and Walt both kicked off your shoes. Man, I dig those rhythm and blues.
He's rhyming today.
He is. That's unusual. Nice. It's unusual. So, Marcus, the first 13 shots was a Western, and this is a noir piece. How much of this project is an exploration of genres for you?
all of it. It's just because like, well, you know, it's my baby. I can do what I want, and I feel like messing around in these genres. So like, yeah, I just like with 13 shot with three deaths. I like drawing horses. I wanted to draw a western. But with this one, I was watching the second season of Why Women Kill, and I like the cars. I figured I want to get a crack at drawing Buicks and stuff. Turns out like after years of like, no, I don't like doing it. Actually, I do quite like drawing these old-fashioned cars, and you know, it seemed like a fun setting to kind of delve into and stuff. And you know, and so for the third one, I haven't really drawn that much of London, and I love London, so I'm gonna basically set. That's why this is gonna be set in London, because I want to draw my home city.
I'm gonna show a few pages here.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
I want to show a few pages here. I'm just gonna put it up just like this.
Mm.
You've got some.
You know what I'm staring at right now. That NSFW. That's what I'm staring at right
now. That's right.
That's some great lettering right there.
Thank you.
You did great on your backgrounds here. We were just talking about backgrounds.
Really
I thought you did a great job on these. I noticed that right off the bat. There's another page. I just randomly picked a couple of pages from this stuff. You can see that some of it's a little saucy, a little too saucy for the, the day crowd. But I also think that might get some people over there to take a look at it.
I figured because just like I don't want to be like, I don't want people to come across stuff and be like, oh, I didn't want to see that and stuff, but like it's not going to be impossible for people to get a hold of the non-censored versions.
Right.
It's reminiscent of. It's reminiscent
of. What do you think of this cover, by the way? Because I was having an arsehole with this cover. What do you think of it? Does it look all right to you?
Oh, it looks cool.
Looks great.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I got lost in the weeds trying to come up with something, and it's so yeah.
No, I think it's
cool. People take it.
All right, so here's my question: how do people get a hold of the next comic? Is on. You're going to release it on May the 2nd?
Yeah, next Monday. So basically, if you head along to my Etsy store, or for the physical, either head along to the Etsy store, which I guess we're coming on some point. For the digital, there's the Gumroad, and I don't know if I included the Buy Small Press thing on the links there, but or if you don't want to wait for next Monday, if you go onto my Patreon, it's all up there now, ready. So my Markus Pattern Patreon, so like it's already up there.
So you got a Patreon, you got a coffee account.
I do.
You've got a Gumroad, and Etsy. I don't think I put your Etsy up there. I don't know why I didn't do that.
It's not there.
But you get a physical copy, and look, how much is the physical copy?
The physical copy is £3.
I mean, come on. That's
I'm cheaper than the other big books. I'm a smaller.
Cheaper than the major.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a great deal, folks.
Yeah. I think so. I don't want to be exploitative and stuff, but yeah.
You should be totally exploitive.
Yeah, this is the place. This is the place to be as exploitive as possible.
I should be, but like I'm far too innocent and baby faced to do that kind of
stuff. Of course.
Oh man.
I can tell that. Much respect for that. Let's get everyone over to, if you get to any of these places, you'll get to all of the places. So just, know where all of this stuff is. Follow Markus. Are you thinking about maybe putting this together as like a trade paperback at some point or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I'm going to combine the first 3 issues, because one of the first comic books I ever picked up was like the combined like 2 or 3 issues of Battle Chasers and stuff, and that like kind of having it in kind of like prestige kind of is what I'm aiming for with, and it's like, so like I think the first 3 will be in that combined thing, then like the next 3 will be in that combined thing, and then essentially yes, there will be there will be a combined trade paperback.
Yeah, I think
There'll be 8 omnibus, and then there will be deluxe editions and hard editions and artist editions and all the whatever.
yes,
Fuck a drive.
chromium covers,
Yeah.
die cut
Oh,
covers.
wow.
for-
Chromium covers. I mean, if Image picks me up, then yes, there'll be definitely chromium covers.
What is it? What is the foil flake covers? The glow in the dark covers.
Sure. Die cut.
I
Yeah.
picked up Shadowhawk as that cover and cover alone, so you know. My favorite X-Men books are like all foil covered. I mean, they could be because they got Joe Mad art in them, so like I don't know if the foil art was or the Joe Mad, but maybe one led to the other. Who knows?
I just read because I picked up a bunch of comics for cheap. I just picked up Generation X #1, which was by Chris Bacallo, and it has one of those chromium covers. It's gorgeous. It's like, I feel like I understand why they don't do that much anymore, because it kind of killed the market for a while. It made people treat comics like, collectible cards, but it looks pretty awesome.
It does look pretty awesome.
That's one thing you say about Chris Bacallo. All his stuff looks absolutely gorgeous.
It
Oh
does.
my
The
God.
story for shit, but his artwork is absolutely on point.
Right.
Yeah.
It's funny because his stuff, I got used to his stuff after this. And so this was kind of a more early version, and he hadn't quite found that, that style that you know from him.
Yeah.
Everyone improves every time you do the, as long as you do that post evaluation, everyone improves and gets a little bit, figures out their visual language and learns how to present stuff kind of in their own unique way and make it faster and cooler.
I just picked up
he
his
certainly did that.
steampunk run, and that
Oh, really? Yeah.
it looks really good. Like he chooses really odd angles and stuff, and like sometimes it's a case of like you looking at it, what exactly am I looking at here? Like what's this actual angle here, yo?
I will say I stopped reading Generation X when he left that book.
I think I
Everyone
came in
else.
after he left, so like I was reading afterwards because the movie came out. Do you remember that?
Right. Oh yeah, the short-lived little TV pilot that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Generation X?
Yeah. There was a pilot for Fox. Yeah.
How did I miss that?
Because no one saw it.
Oh, it's so bad, man.
You didn't miss it. You didn't miss it.
Yeah.
I mean, it has a
You
special place
spared
in my heart.
yourself,
I was like
basically.
2 when I saw it, so
Yeah.
What year was that?
It was not too long after the X-Men movie.
no, it's before the X-Men. It's like
Is
96.
it before the
Hello,
X-Men
Michelle.
movie?
It's before the
Welcome.
X-Men, like a few years before the X-Men. I think it's 96, maybe.
Oh man, you're.
I mean, I completely. I got to look that up. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's probably out there somewhere. You can probably find it on bootleg somewhere.
Fair said it's on YouTube. No one cares about it. It's like, like this is the biggest conversation it's probably had in like fucking ever.
Of course, it's probably on Tubi, since
Yeah.
everything else is on Tubi.
You know
for
what?
Free.
If it's not on Tubi, it should be on Tubi. I mean,
If
I
it
mean,
only had one
Adam-
episode, it's got
Adam
to be
West-
on YouTube.
Adam West, Legend of the Superheroes, is on YouTube
know.
or Tubi.
Uh-oh, here we go. Michelle has a question for Marcus. She says, Marcus, I wanted to look up your band on YouTube, but she forgot the name. What is the
Bear
name of
versus
your band?
Rhino. Bear versus Rhino.
Bear versus
Bear
Rhino.
versus Rhino. Yes.
There's also some.
That's rock and roll, man.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, yeah, we. I mean, but if Biffy Clyro had worse vocals, that's how I would describe. I think we were. I mean, to be honest, we were green by the time, everything that was like you could see an evolution of like because I'm not a proper vocalist, but I can scream and I can roar and I can do like a staccato rap kind of thing, and like I was kind of finding my feet, but I was also trying to go, I want to be Chino Marino and stuff, which I'm not. He can sing and I can't, so so basically, if you want to see like a band that's kind of just finding their feet, but then find their feet, and it's at your own discretion. Did I take it down? Oh yeah, I don't know.
Michelle, I love that you asked that question. Very, very good. Good job there. All right, we're moving on to our next feature presentation. Here it comes.
All right.
We have two features tonight because we had to get this in. You guys have how many days left on your?
You're sounding a little muted there, Dirk.
Yeah.
Am I muted or am I okay?
You're
It's like you're in an underwater bunker.
yeah.
Still?
Yeah. I thought it was my headphones. It's like. Yeah, but.
Say something.
I didn't do anything.
Okay, there you go. You're back.
There you
Okay.
go, there you go. You're back.
All right. It's like if I changed something, it's like, oh, well, I can just change that back. I didn't do anything.
You were sounding like.
So that's a quandary. Okay. Look, I had to get you two guys on here this week because you only have 4 days left on your campaign. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Around 5.
All right.
Yeah, 4 days.
That's why we have two features tonight, folks.
That's
Just
right.
because we had to get these guys in here. Let me quickly give the bios of our next two guests. Pedro is a 20-year animation veteran.
Yes.
That explains how that super great trailer that you have. That's one of my big questions that I have is how the F did you guys get that great animated trailer? Now I know.
That was me.
Knowing is half the battle.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he's also a debut comic book artist. So this is your first comic?
Actually, it would be my second because I've already finished it. The book is not out yet, but I did a 22-page supplemental for RT Bear.
Oh yeah,
on black
that's
and white.
another question I got. Hold on. I'm just introducing you. We'll get to we'll get to that question too.
All right, cool.
Hailing from the jungles of Panama in Latin America, Pedro has done work for comic book legend Art the Bear. What?
Yes.
And
I don't believe it myself.
he's done a cover for you guys, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get to all of that here in just a minute. We also have Marrk Mulgrave, who was originally in episode 71. If you want to get the full story on Mark, everything we talked about him from birth all the way to into the future.
Yep.
Nice.
We covered it all.
When he ascended to the astral plane.
Hopes, aspirations, sexual proclivities. We did it all.
It was a hell of a night.
It was a hell of a
Oh
night.
Lord.
I think I scared Beth off. I was hoping to see her tonight.
I invited Beth, but Beth had some. She's been so busy lately. Which bless her. She has
Good on her.
Right. The reason why she's not here is because she's just been busy as can be. She's been traveling. She's been working on some websites and stuff for some people. And tonight she had to meet with a client. This was the night they had to meet. Otherwise, she would have been here. I asked her to be here, but she'll be here the next time you come on. But just as a primer here, from his bio, Mark is a comic book writer, editor, letterer for hire. He did Spells and Superheroes, which we covered in the last episode. Tropical Magicks, Son of Athair.
Son of Athair. Yeah.
And is Gingerson on YouTube, which we'll also talk about YouTube. So to the two of you, and you're doing Tropical Magic. That's what we're here to talk about today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. I think maybe to get started on this thing, I just want to bring up the campaign so that you guys can kind of walk us through it, make sure that everyone can see this sort of thing. So I'm going to add this to the stream here.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there we go. All right. Well, before you go any further, let's note a few things. Number one, your tagline here is Cheech and Chong meet Mad Max in a world of magic and technology.
Sold.
Let that sink in for a moment.
Yeah.
Pause for effect.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, you have reached your goal. You have 4 days to go. It looks like you just went over your goal. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was very nervous. This is my first campaign ever. I was writing the coattails of somebody else, and it's like 100K campaign. I was like, Pedro, don't you feel proud? I'm here. It's not my money. So
Right.
so yeah,
Right.
now here, like this is our joint, and I couldn't be prouder and more grateful to like all the people who backed. And yeah, dude, you're making a 40, almost 50-year-old man dreams come true. So thanks.
That's awesome. So I mean,
Yeah.
you're already funded, but that doesn't mean
Mhm.
you can't get over here. I mean, if you look, if Cheech and Chong meet Mad Max
Mhm.
doesn't get you to pull the trigger, I don't know
Yeah.
what will. Maybe it's this animated trailer. Would you mind playing just a tad of it, because it seems like every time we play one of these things,
Mhm.
like YouTube strikes us for copyright issues.
Oh no,
So
the songs and everything is completely copyright free. Okay,
all right.
I made sure of that.
Well, then I tell you what, if you want
Mhm.
to bring it up full and
Mhm.
let's see, can you play the sound?
Yeah, let me share the file itself.
Okay.
Let me just look for it directly. So, oh, I should be faster at this. Mhm.
Oh, here comes something. Is this
Yeah.
it right here?
Mhm.
All right, let's try this. There you go. Now you
So,
can see.
That's cool.
Very,
sir.
very well done. Now
Thank you,
you
sir.
can
Thank
see
you.
what I was talking. I'm glad I got to see that. How long does it take to do something like that? That seems like a
Oh,
lot of work.
this trailer took me around 6 weeks to work on, but I was working on other stuff. The thing is, like, I'm what's defined scientifically as an idiot. Uh, because I studied animation and came back to a country where there's no animation industry. So I've worked in advertising my whole life. And when they said, like, we have an animator unit, like, you're looking at it. So that forced me to improve on processes. So I work really fast. And I'm not tooting my own horn. Like, this is not healthy. But, but yeah, like, I work fast.
Do you guys know Benjamin Soto?
Yes, we do. How you doing, Benjamin?
Wait a minute. What's the connection here? That he's a Oklahoma boy like me. What? How do you know him?
Oh, through the grapevine, like the
Welcome,
whole
Ben.
indie scene. You get to meet people.
Ben
I'm
and
pretty
I,
sure.
yeah, Ben and I, we actually launched when I launched Spells and Superheroes the same night. He also launched his campaign, Halloween Head Comics.
Oh,
So we're kind of
okay.
launch mates, if you will. So Ben's a good guy.
That is awesome.
That's
Ben
cool.
says Twitter circles.
Two little circles.
Yeah.
That is awesome. I mean, again, around the world. Very cool. Well, let's run through this this campaign a little bit, if you
Let's
don't
do it.
mind, kind of spacing through that a little bit. What are some of your tiers that you're offering for this comic?
Okay, so basically you got the full plumbing, which is includes everything in the kitchen sink. So you get a physical copy of the book, a variant cover by RT Bear. We're doing a source book, which is basically like a making of the story. because as I was working on the book, I made a lot of concept art because I treat it like a movie. So you have a lot of like set designs, vehicle designs, character sheets, post sheets, and just like little stories of what was the production of this book, because it's very personal to me. Like Ginch helped me with editing because I wrote it in broken English. Because I mean it's not my first language, so there was a lot of like silly things that made no sense. James helped me to be palatable in English, and he even made it funnier. Like I will always say that. And yeah,
Cool.
that's the thing. So you'll get the 72-page book. I mean the archival book with the same page, and a 44-page art book
Oh wow.
on the feature.
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's cool. Go ahead and space down through some of this and show some of the art if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure. Do it.
Very cool. I think we saw kind of the. I mean, what's neat about also doing the animation is we get a little sense of your style.
Yeah,
in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely I've described the book like this a few times. There's a lot of the animation influence. You can tell just even as far as the work that I had to do, like basically rewriting the dialogue. A lot of the actual artwork itself speaks very clearly, like from panel to panel, moment to moment, and that actually made the joke writing easier as well because just within the artwork you can see the setups that Pedro was trying to do.
Right.
So I basically just play off of what play off of what he had in the script, or sometimes just I sneak in some jokes like one of my most favorite running jokes throughout the book is you saw on the back of one of the character Miguel's it's not a cape really, but you saw Zambrano on it. That's the name of their construction company. And yeah, and I wanted to, when I pitched Pedro at one point, the name of the company, it's Zambrano Construction, but I pitched to him as a joke, kind of sort of like the Zambran Bros, obviously playing off of Mario.
Right.
But,
Yes.
right. Pedro, he didn't, he basically just said, no, we can't play off of Mario. Basically, right.
Yeah.
So I backdoored it as an inside joke within the characters. Like Miguel keeps calling them the Zambran Bros, and the other character Wonka doesn't have it. So there's lots of fun like that.
That's awesome. Is there only an English version of this, or is there a?
Okay. I'm planning on doing a Spanish version of it, but it all depends on an invitation I have to Mexico because Latin Americans, well, Panamanians don't buy comic books. Because we are like 4
Really?
million people, so
Yeah.
we have like 10 comic book fans. So it makes no sense that I'll make like the book in Spanish. But I've been extended an invitation to Mexico, and there's more Mexicans, so I might do
They
that.
do like comics in Mexico.
Yeah, they do. They
For
do.
sure. Grant says, "Hey guys,
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's see some more of this art and what else you got here.
Yeah,
You guys did a good job on your campaign page here. I have to
Oh,
say.
thank you.
Pedro, do you want to sort of touch on the original art here?
Oh yeah, like the book is digital, like completely, and it's completely done. But I'm recreating 4 pages in analog art for the collectors because I've been hit like several times. Like, dude, we want the original art from you, but shipping from Panama is a nightmare. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a bunch of art in bulk and ship it to Ginch, and he'll be like my broker of sorts. And we're starting with 4 commissions and 4 pages from the book. So if you guys are interested, I'm giving I think it's a good price on the pages. So if anyone
How much are you selling your pages for?
the original art commission is for 150, and the original page is for 200.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah, and if you do the original page, you get the main book along with it. So and the trading card too, the Wonka trading card.
Yeah, everybody gets the trading card, but the digital tier don't get the trading card because we're not shipping outside of the U.S. and we were advised not to because that way we'll end up owing money.
That's what I've heard from. I mean, just
Yeah.
shipping to Canada will destroy you. I mean, I've heard. And I mean, it's bad shipping to Europe too. So I don't know what the solution is there, but I've heard that from
Well,
many people.
Someone in
too.
Europe ship it for you.
I have friends who are doing like what Marcus is advertising. I know we have somebody in Australia called Pocky, and he will receive like all the books. Like he'll ship in bulk to him, and then he distribute within the Australia. And I don't know who's doing in England.
I don't know who you're printing with, but my Axum, they're like a big international company. So in theory, if you were to get them, the Australian branch and the UK branch to print your book, it should be pretty spot on. I mean, I think the Australian book and the UK book will probably be spot on. The American book will be totally different because you guys just have different grades.
Different printers, yeah.
Yeah, so it's really weird. But essentially, it would be cheaper for you to get your book printed in the UK and shipped to the US than to get book printed in color in the US. But yeah, but that's maybe a solution for you. Just have like my Axum or whoever you're going with, like go via their, like if it's in Australia, their Australian portal, and then go via their UK portal and stuff, and it might work out easier and cheaper. I mean, if you've got someone who can ship it for you from those places, it'd save you a fuck ton of money, because like to ship a book from the UK to America is like £5. You know, that's ridiculous. So like if you've got like Ginge in the US shipping for you over there, and then someone in the UK shipping for you out to the UK and Europe and stuff, and not tell you how to suck eggs or nothing, but let's go. If I was working on the American cats over there.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like right now, like networks are being created as we speak, and we need this system of brokers. So we need to feel like bonds of trust, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's in the process. It's very exciting, but right now baby steps.
So here's a little bit of information for you. I currently work at a printing company right now. So I've been thinking, since doing the show and then getting this new job at this printing company, I think sometime next month I might be becoming a permanent fixture at this company. So
Congratulations, man.
I'll start putting in some little things about, hey, there's a bunch of people doing comic books, Kickstarter, blah, blah, blah. A lot of these guys are, especially here in the stateside, there's a lot of people who've been looking for wanting to get their printing done here stateside as opposed to shipping it to Canada.
It's wide open.
So, and this company has places all over has 4 facilities in this here in the States. So
cool.
That'd be awesome.
So once everything becomes official, I'll start needling the salespeople and stuff, and
that'd be cool.
So
whispering into their ear.
I just want to throw that out there to you guys. So
awesome.
Yeah, keep us informed, man.
That'd be like my problem with the last one was I couldn't find a US printer. Like for the guy Devin in the States couldn't find a US printer for love nor money. So that's having someone to go, Walt's got it and stuff. You'll be worth your weight in gold, sweetheart.
Yeah. So I'll and if anybody at my place of employee just happens to be watching this, I'm putting the idea right there in your ear right now.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
Now's the time. Pedro, I got to ask, what is your process? What do you use? Are you analog or digital?
I'm coming, like I'm at Adobe Post-it, so I dropped Adobe as soon as they started doing the subscription thing. I said, like, this is slavery, so screw that.
That's the second time we've heard that tonight.
Yeah, so I started looking for avenues from open source to like single payment apps. So I first started with Krita, but Krita was kind of buggy, crashed a lot. So now I'm using Clip Studio. But I do use a software called Affinity to do my color correction and do like the pure blacks and change it to CMYK because Clip Studio doesn't work CMYK. It works in RGB. So if you want to go with offset printing, you need to work in CMYK, and I needed a software that could handle how to do the color processing, and I'm using Affinity, which is $50, one payment, and it's yours forever.
Affinity.
So, yeah, Affinity Designer, it's called. You get Affinity Photo, which is like their answer to Photoshop. Affinity Designer. The only setback I found right now with Affinity Designer is that it only goes all the way up to 400 DPI.
Oh wow!
But your the printing is good all to, if you're in the range of 350, you're good.
Right.
So it shouldn't be that dramatic. And I normally work at 600 DPI, so there's a little bit of a loss, but you can't be anal about that kind of stuff. And I'm never coming back to Adobe. You hear that, Adobe? I'm never coming back.
You're done.
Yeah, I'm
You're
done with
done
you
with
guys.
them.
Yeah.
So you are in this. You're just in this one program that you're using.
Oh, I use a lot of, like, the thing is, like, I'm a classically trained animator, so I really love how to draw, and I haven't been drawing for years because down here I've been doing like TV commercials, which involve a lot of CGI, and it's not even like cool CGI. I'm not doing dragons. I'm doing like tuna cans and diapers and water simulation. What's a simulation? It's pee. It wasn't really. And when the pandemic started, I looked back like, what's my legacy? And I saw like jets of pee all over.
Yep.
and I said, screw it. I want to do something that I'm proud of. And I started doing, this is my first book. The story came completely out of my head. It's out of my love from the 80s, like action comedies, like Big Trouble in Little China, Tremors.
Wow.
It has that flavor. And
I like all that.
I'm very, very proud for the first time of something I've done.
Nice.
I'm not joking. I'm not proud of making a chicken bouillon commercial. I'm really not. So
even if it's paying the bill.
Yeah, it pays the bills, and it paid really well. I paid for my house. Nice, but you really, dude, the clients just go like, "Do you like it? Yes. Here's your money." So, it's just like, no, man. It does something to your soul. So
I will agree to that.
It does. Tell me about how long Tropical Magicks is.
Oh, it's 72 pages of story, and
I mean,
it's
70. You went for it all the way, and you said you're done with it.
Yeah, the book is completely done, and the thing is, like, I'm planning it to be a finite story, so I want to do 4 volumes, and it's going to be along the same page count, and it's going to tell the story of Juanca and Miguel. The world I'm still gonna use, but the story of these 2 guys is gonna be told these 4 books. Those are the plans.
How long does it take you to do a page?
A day and a half.
And you do everything also, except for lettering, right?
Except for lettering, yeah. Because I don't want to collapse. Because the thing is, like, I'm also doing like animated trailers for indies, basically. I'm focusing myself on indies, so I'm offering like animation services. If you want like a cool trailer for your campaign,
dude, it's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
it gets. I mean, it's one thing to do like the old '60s Marvel cartoons where you have like a static image and you move it. Or you cut one person out and then you move them across the background, or whatever. You're doing the real thing. I have to imagine that a lot of people who have a little money,
the thing's like,
would love to do that.
I don't want to like shoot anybody in the face with my prices. Like I'm trying to be reasonable because we're all indie creators. So I normally ask people like, how much are you willing to spend on your trailer? And then after, like, oh, we can do this. Not so much like, I want $11,000. Like you'll never get anywhere doing that, No. Especially here. Like, we're here to help each other out, to get the word out. Like, you're a good dude. You have an awesome book. People back you. Like, that's what I've noticed with this. So yeah, just like I'm trying to pay it forward. But with having enough money to buy like a can of pork and beans and maybe like a soda, and I'm good.
Do you have a website for that?
No, I'm almost 50, man. I'm a boomer. So normally you can find me in Twitter, like at Anguilla, like DM me there.
There it is, right there.
I'm insulted. because I'm 52. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Do a website. What?
It's like been there, done that.
Yeah.
You know,
Should I do it on AOL? You know, it's just like, nah.
I mean, I'll throw this in there while looking for a job. They're like, "Do you have a website?" I'm over 50. I'm over.
Yeah, I'm over.
it's a pain.
It's like you can go to my Behance page, or you can go to my YouTube, or my Facebook page or whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit around and build a website. I'm sorry.
Yeah, dude. I still have my password for my MySpace page. So
It's coming back.
yeah,
Is it coming back?
it's gonna go. It's gonna
Are they
make a
bringing
comeback.
MySpace back?
Yeah, probably.
I'm waiting for GeoCities to return.
It depends on what happens with Twitter.
Yeah.
It's wait and see.
I have a question.
Yeah, man.
I have a question for you, Pedro.
Good.
One of the reasons why my book is 22 pages is because like the book I did before this was 44 pages, and I found by the 30th 32 pages, like my art style had changed, and two, I got really just bored of drawing the fucking book. How did you find drawing 72 pages? Like, were you like, this is cool? Were you like, were you know, how did you find that?
Oh, the thing is, like, I'm used to drawing the same character over and over again for 24 drawings per second.
That's true.
So that's really not a challenge. Like, I really don't get bored by drawing. Like, Ginge can tell you, like, Pedro, what are you doing? Drawing. Pedro, what are you doing? Drawing. Pedro, what are you doing? Drawing. I do nothing.
That's work ethic.
Yeah.
That's work ethic. I respect that.
And the things like Tropical Magicks. What's that?
Does your art style stay the same? Because like if it's like a page and a half a day, it's like got 3-4 months to draw a book. I imagine that you'd have so your art style is consistent for that entire time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's all the training.
Man than I am. That's fantastic. Bro.
Yeah, no, but I'm not special. It's all in the animation training. Like I studied under Lee Mishkin in Canada, and that guy worked for Disney and all those guys. So I got that training and that legacy. And yeah, you learn how to handle shapes to make the character design consistent. So,
I imagine that is great training for doing comic pages because
it's horrible.
Because you have to be able to you have to be able to turn the figures and stuff, so you automatically know how to do the side view and the 3/4, all that sort of stuff. And
I've been told like it's overkill for comic books, but it helps me a lot. And right now, I'm drawing. I'm making a trailer for a fellow indie creator, and he asked me for something very specific. But now I feel like I'm doing the X-Men intro from the '90s.
Wow!
It is just because I'm having fun. And it's like,
that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so yeah,
that's really cool. Let me get a few shout outs here.
Yeah, do it.
Benjamin says Pedro is a fantastic animator. I want to make sure that you get that. Who knows Kayla here? Apparently a lot of people.
Hey, Kayla.
Ginger Pedro. Hello.
Kayla,
Welcome, Kayla. Oh, that's you're in there too. Look at that. You're everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Can't help myself. Just hanging out.
And Benjamin knows Kayla. Everyone knows each other. It's crazy.
Yeah.
She says, just saw your post, so I was like, I got to come support my guys since they're live. That's what we like.
All right.
That is amazing. And she's also got some props for you. Says, I love Pedro's animation and art style. It's so unique.
And actually, I have a little hang up over that because from the neck of the woods of the indies I went into, everybody was into the 90s stuff. And I'm so like Liefeld or like the Image guys, like I don't draw in that style. I was like, are they gonna accept my silly cartooning? But yeah, like people have taken it properly. Like they're like, oh, it's cool. So okay, nice.
You know,
Carlos Miguel.
You know that's interesting because like I'm so still totally into the like 70s and 80s anime style.
Yeah.
I still think that's the best anime style. And
oh yeah, dude.
I think since then it's gotten more simpler and simpler and simpler. And
lots of shortcuts.
Yeah. So
Okay,
But
what?
then-
Okay, question for Walt. What's your favorite '70s non-mecha anime?
Gotcha, man.
Gotcha, man. Cool. Have you
And-
seen
and it's a-
Moonlight Rider?
Which one again?
Moonlight Rider.
No, I haven't seen that.
Dude, check it out. Check it
I
out.
will.
It's a guy that fights on a bike with a whip
Okay.
against Satan's claw.
Okay.
Every scene is like a psychedelic,
Yes.
like you think you're on LSD. Like, dude, it's
That's-
an awesome anime. So
That's
check it
cool.
out, man.
I'll check it out.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
To answer your question, my choice is Star Blazers.
And see
Oh, dude.
that's my second. That's my close second right there.
Yeah, Star Blazers or
Star Blazers.
Uchu Senkan Yamato. Yeah,
Right.
okay. I'm going full weeb now, but
Right,
yeah,
right.
that's my
That's
jam.
deep. You're in the weeds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's very rare because Pedro is also shy about his weebery around.
yeah. No, dude, but if we got 70s anime, I go all out.
Oh,
When
same
people
here.
are like, yeah, when people
here.
are like, I'm into magical girls, I'm like, dude.
Yeah. I mean, I'll even go back and watch the '60s stuff, like the old Air Boys and Gigantor.
Oh,
Or-
Gigantor, dude.
Yeah.
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. There's a few others that escape me right now because I'm 52.
Marine Boy. Oh, dude, okay. We can do. We're gonna lose the show if we go down this rabbit hole. So.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
First, Kayla says there's nothing wrong with being a weeb.
Yeah.
And also says that's why I appreciate Pedro's style. It's refreshing to see a different art. Plus, Pedro knows wizards and appreciates Ralph Bakshi.
Yeah.
That's some
Hello.
good stuff there too. That's some really good stuff there
Hello.
too.
Street
Dude.
Fighter is one of my favorite movies.
Dude, Bakshi
Okay.
is an inspiration. I saw a lecture of him in New York in '94.
Oh, wow.
And dude, he was saying like people said like I can't animate. Like I did Heavy Traffic with $1,000. So shut
Yeah.
up and animate. Like
Right,
yeah.
right. I'm still a big fan of his New Adventures of Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah, dude, that was the best. And that actually it started the animation revolution of the '90s.
Yeah.
Because before that it was all like licensed, like it was toys. So you got like He-Man and Mitor and
Right.
Battlestar and
Yeah.
all those, like they were really cool, but they were poorly animated because they were animating toys. So
Right.
the character designs did not serve the animation.
Right.
So Bakshi was the first one to say, okay, let's design for animation and make a show. And he made the Mighty Mouse. From Mighty Mouse came Cow and Chicken, Johnny Bravo, like all that Cartoon Network revolution started with Bakshi.
Ren and Stimpy and all
Ren
that
and
stuff.
Stimpy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Dexter
Uh,
Love is huge.
And I'm just, for Bakashi, I really appreciate his creation of the Bat. So
Yeah.
the Bat and Tick, the
Mhm.
Bug Wonder. Excuse me, the Bug Wonder.
Dude, so many things.
Anyway, we've gone way down a rabbit hole there.
I like that. I like that. Let's see. Let's say you have. Let's make sure that everyone knows
Oh yeah,
that you have 4 more days left
Mhm,
for the Indiegogo campaign.
yeah. I'm
Uh,
doing the closeout show on Friday, and I'm gonna be tweeting all over because I'm playing a gig on Saturday in Panama City, so I'm gonna be tweeting and filming from the city like the whole day just for the closeout.
Oh,
So
really?
be on the lookout out for Twitter. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
How happy does it make you to know that you're fully funded? Anything that you get from here on is gravy.
Yeah, dude. I have to tell you straight up, like I'm not ashamed to say I cried when
I get it.
and I cried on stream, and they're still
That's-
giving me.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, they're still giving me crap for it. Like,
No,
"Better
no.
cry some more. You can get another book.
No,
Like, yeah, but
no, that's a great moment. That's awesome.
yeah, dude.
That's great.
So yeah, like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I have to say, 'cause this is my first campaign ever, and I've never like been like in a. It feels like a popularity contest. So
It is.
it's weird, like a pageant. Like I felt like I was like with a tiara and flowers. Like thank you, oh you love me. Like I'm not used to that stuff. So
Yeah, Miss Panama here. Very nice.
yeah, Miss Panama over here. So yeah, that was. I don't want to say weird because it wasn't weird. It was new. It felt new. So, but yeah, I'm very grateful to everybody who backed the book. And guys, check it out if you like it. I mean, I enjoyed doing it. I sincerely hope you enjoy reading it.
Yeah, I like the fact that you have an art book with it too.
Mhm.
I got to be honest with you, I love art books.
Oh, awesome,
You know,
man.
I'm
Awesome.
probably more excited about the art book than the sequential art, which is I know that's messed up, but
No,
that's
not
you know,
really.
that's what I like. I like the
Mhm.
sketches and the
Yeah.
kind of figuring out that like a real art book, where you can see
Creation
the process.
Yeah.
That's and I've
There's
loved that
there's a lot of like
since the 70s.
construction work on how I construct the characters and how I build up things. And that there's going to be a lot of that in the book. So
That
yeah.
is super
It's
awesome.
to me.
Mhm.
Wait a minute, I'm getting comments. Let's see.
Yeah.
Kayla wants to talk about Fire and Ice.
Yeah, Fire and Ice. Even though I have my reservations with Fire and Ice, because Fire and Ice is completely rotoscope, so the animation is very syrupy, which is something I don't appreciate.
You don't like that.
I don't because the thing when you animate, you exaggerate reality. So when you rotoscope, you're basically tracing over film people,
Yeah.
and everything moves like slower, like it's underwater.
True.
But it's for set art, so like, oh my god, this looks amazing, but I wish it moved better. That was the only
Very
thing.
interesting that you should mention that. Have you seen Spine of Night?
No, I haven't. Spine of Night.
Spine of Night is brand new, just got released for Shudder, but you can get it on Blu-ray. It was a 10-year labor of love and was rotoscoped. It's very much kind of a heavy metal style fantasy science fiction movie done in a garage. I mean, it's just literally done. It's just a labor of love that they just they pounded it out over a decade.
Yeah.
And reminds me of the style of Fire and Ice, and the kind of the center of heavy metal. They got some very interesting, like, big name actors to do, including whoever plays Xena. I can't remember her name.
Lucy Lawless.
Lucy Lawless is one of the people.
Patton
Oswalt is one of them.
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe you might check out Spine of Night. That's a new thing and is literally done by just some people that had a lot of time on their hands and loved it.
Yeah, that's one of the things when people tell me, like, Pedro, why don't you make a feature film? Like, dude, I have bills to pay and I have a life. Like, it's really impossible. Like, I can handle a couple of minutes of animation, but doing like a whole feature,
that's a monster.
It's a lot of work.
I mean, especially for one person. Brendan welcome, Brendan. He wants to know what you think about the newer Ghibli stuff.
Hayao is sorely missed. Hayao Miyazaki, the elder. Like, the son is doing what he can, but the magic is a bit lost. It's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad, but we won't get another Kiki delivery service or Pompoko or My Neighbor Totoro. Like, those
are so special, though.
Yeah, dude. They
it's hard to replicate that.
I was actually sort of talking to my girlfriend about this. Sorry, Marcus.
No, you on.
I was just sort of talking to my girlfriend about this the other day, because there's a lot of Studio Ghibli-like films that are out right now. Like, it's kind of been a big explosion over the last 5 or 10 years, which I remember, like, when they started trickling in, it was really cool. I was like, oh, okay, you really are calmed and you love the art style. But now they are like, there's like a whole lot of them. I kind of feel like people are trying to capture,
exactly. And that's a problem. Like, stop trying to be Miyazaki.
Yeah,
he's already there. Like,
I think there are new studios though who were taught by Miyazaki, so it's kind of you see why they were their influence. It's just a shame that his son can't grow out of his own dad's shadow and stuff. But I thought Mary and the Flowers was all right. Yeah.
No, I mean, there are awesome films.
They grow and stuff. It'd be interesting where they go and everything.
Yeah,
like how Madhouse Camp grew out of Tezuka and stuff like that. So it'd be interesting to see. But obviously, like go back to like the Image stuff. Like, the reason they were really superhero books is because that's what people were buying. So you need to basically do it like a Spirited Away ripoff. So you can go, okay, I can do something else. But yeah.
So, that's the thing. Like, the last like Asian animated feature that really caught me is a very unique film called Tekonkin Creek, and it's a very weird name. but
won't
the
make it
character. The character design is so simple that it allows the movie to be like it's insane, the level of animation, the level of artistry, and it's a very simple story. It's two brothers, one's called White, the other one's called Black, and they can function without each other. So White is very innocent and Black is like a very violent child. But if White is not next to Black, Black becomes a monster and starts like killing everybody. It's an awesome film, and it's, the symbolism within the whole film, it's just superb. Also, the backgrounds are there. You go.
Oh, that's so funny.
There you go. That's an awesome film, man.
Scene in Batman, the animated.
Bring it up again, please. There you go. In case you want to know what the heck that name was,
Yeah,
there it is.
Donkey Creek.
That's awesome that you had that.
Mhm.
I love if we're talking about kind of, I think, cutting edge animation, I really love the Love, Death, and Robots stuff.
Yeah, that was cool.
Particularly the first season, I thought that they really nailed it. Although they had beautiful moments, certainly in the second season of that. And I think it's incredible that, we're getting like another season. I mean, it's like they just keep producing this stuff.
Yeah,
and some of it just blows me away.
Takes me back to the old Liquid Television days.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And
the thing with Liquid Television, I remember it fondly because I tried watching the Max again.
Oh, yeah.
DVD, but yes.
And animation wise, like I remember this better. Like, there's a lot of shortcuts and whatnot, but it's very like a unique style. And even from that Liquid Television times, my favorite show right now it's The Head. I don't know if you remember that one.
I remember that one.
The Head was amazing. Like the guy that had like an alien, so it was like a huge head. Then he had like a block.
My favorite is still
He's got the bags too. Look
There
at
you go.
man.
There you go.
My favorite is still Grinning Evil Death.
Yeah.
That one had me. I laughed my ass off so long. I was like, it's got to come back on so I can record it. And when it finally came back on and I got it recorded, I just watched it over and over, and I was just laughing every time.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. Like animated shows like that, nobody's producing them anymore. Like I'm not seeing it because BoJack Horseman is cool, but
the old cartoon days on Cartoon Network were great. Yeah. There are a few little gems I still like. I'm still on regular show and Adventure Time. I mean, those are very unique.
Yeah. Did you see Final Space?
Oh yeah, I did. I did see Final Space. That was good.
That was good.
Steven Universe. You mentioned Steven Universe. That was pretty good.
I don't know. Like I feel like I'm too old for Steven Universe because I tried watching this. Like I'm not getting the jokes. Like I wasn't getting the humor. I was like,
I didn't.
It was the fact it was just lo-fi and it was just like 11 minutes long. I could just kind of just binge it without having to care too much.
Yeah.
Like 3 seasons in, and I realized I really, really dig it. But
I mentioned this a lot too. The Disney's what is it? Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls. Yeah.
That
Owl House as well.
Owl House is cool. Yeah.
Gravity Falls was a surprise to me. I was like, how can you take the X-Files and mix it with Goonies and then mix it with just crazy kiddie stuff? And I was like, okay, I'm addicted to this.
The Nuncle character.
Infinity Train 2.
Oh yeah.
Infinity.
Infinity Train. Great things to look up. HBO Max. And
I love
Plus,
this conversation, folks.
Yeah, awesome, man. Awesome.
We're a little off target, but this is awesome.
So on Netflix, there's Arcane, Centaur.
Oh my god,
Arcane was amazing, man.
Arcane changed my life.
There's
like before Arcane and after Arcane.
After Arcane, nice.
Arcane was
weird.
The design. I mean, I love the story. The characters are great. But the design on that thing was insane. The character design, the backgrounds, all the lighting that they did on that.
No, actually, they used painter
the frames and look at what's going on there,
and
realizing that they created everything from scratch. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, they use painted textures, which is something that I've seen done on stills, but and I've seen it tried on animation and it looked like crap, but somehow they pulled it off this time. And I mean, this is like a before and after in the industry, like that Arcane
Oh,
series.
for sure. I mean, I've never seen anything. Actually,
They've had hints of that in the Star Wars animated shows.
Yeah,
Right.
they
Not
tried.
this detail.
and
They
the,
tried, but the things like
the
this is
What
gonna
If
be
series
this is gonna
had
be
some-
very nerdy.
had some pretty
what I'm
good-
gonna say,
Yeah,
it's
go
gonna
ahead.
be very nerdy. But the thing with the Star Wars Rebels and the Star Wars shows is that the ambient occlusion, which is basically how light penetrates through skin, was not handled properly, so the skin looked like plastic.
Yeah.
That happened in Clone Wars. That happened in Star Wars Rebels. In Arcane, they handled the ambient occlusion properly, where you see like they're like brush strokes on the skin,
Yeah.
but it does react to light like skin.
Right.
So it's something that to me was like, I hate them completely.
yeah.
I hate them.
It's a loving hate. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You know, when I say to another artist that I hate him, it's because I'm completely impressed.
Right.
I
Right.
do the same.
I do the same
I do
thing.
the same thing. I say
Yeah.
that Jorge Jimenez is
Yeah.
my nemesis.
Yeah.
Brian Stelfreeze.
Although I love it. Oh, and Brian Stelfreeze too. He's
Yeah.
my all-time favorite.
Gosh. I'm like, dude, I hate you. Let me buy that picture right there.
Yeah, exactly.
$500 convention sketch, by the way.
Oh man.
$500. Brendan is into our conversation here.
Oh, awesome.
Kayla wants to say congrats to you and Pedro and Ginge. You two work so well together, and you deserve all the success. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
Oh,
By the way, I just want you all to know that I've got my 13 shots of whiskey order,
oh,
and
nice.
Good,
and I got my order in for the Magics there. So
awesome.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, man.
so much, sir.
because Steve is not here to do it.
Yeah, where
Ah.
is Steve?
My buddy Steve is not here to do it. So I'm before you, Steve, this time. Before you.
Kayla also
So
says, I
cool,
learn
man.
so much from Pedro every time he talks about this stuff.
Oh, Kayla, you are making me blush now.
And she has Shudder. Go check out Spine of Night. That's awesome.
Mhm.
And also, what's the thing with the machine? Something machine. Can't remember. That's another thing that was made in someone's garage, and it's like it's kind of a weird European style.
Oh, dude, like
science
shorts,
fiction
shorts from Europe.
movie.
Like, yeah, shorts from Europe. There's a thing with animation schools in Europe, and dude, you can find like schoolwork
it
that's
named?
amazing. There's a school in
Blood
France called
Machines, maybe.
Blood Machines.
Also on
no, look it
Shudder.
up. Mhm.
Yeah, also on Shutter. Fascinating. I almost got an interview with those guys. It was too early in the deal. They didn't know what they were getting into. They thought, "Who is this guy?" They backed out. They're both French, so I was going to also have to have a translator. It was like a whole thing. But I was so
nice.
excited to talk to these guys because they literally do these amazing effects, and they do it all in their garage.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah. Okay, so there's this school called Gobelin, or it's spelled Gobelins. And look, these are school kids, but you see their shorts, and they're just like, what the hell is wrong with these people? What are they eating? It's just like one banger after the other. And I mean, you know this Studio Pathé films?
Not
They're like
familiar
in
with that.
France and Belgium. Dude,
What do
they
they do?
did. They have done Lucky Luke, the movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Amazing movie. They've done The Illusionist, awesome silent film, but in color, about a magician that nobody enjoys magic anymore in Paris. So he moves to Scotland, and there like kids just start like loving magic, so life comes back into him, and it's a silent film, so it's all acting like, with the body and the face. It's a beautiful movie. The
Wow. Oh,
Illusionist.
wait a minute. That was nominated for an Academy Award, was it not?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Okay. It might have won. It might have won.
It might have won, but I think Pixar won, like they always do. But dude, like
Right.
things from France are just, I don't know what's wrong with
Imagine
those.
that I held it up.
With that.
What's that?
I said, imagine that I actually found it and held it up.
Oh, nice, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I can't find it, though. I do.
yeah. You have
Marcus
it?
has got one
You
of those
have it?
RPG bags. You just reach
Yeah,
in
they-
or whatever.
The illusionist.
Okay, wait a minute. I gotta get Steve on here. He says he heard us talking about him. We
Yeah.
invoke Steve often
Yeah.
because he helps us out.
I beat you to buying the books.
So
Yeah.
okay, here's the deal, Steve. Let's run through for Steve and also for everyone else. Let's make sure that they know where to get both things. We'll start first with Marcus's stuff. I want to run
Let's
this
do it.
down below. Marcus, where does Steve need to go to buy your comic? Etsy, right?
Etsy, yeah, basically.
I don't have that on there, so where on this list should they go first?
On this list, if you
Twitter?
Twitter will give you the link tree to everything.
There it is.
Go via my Patreon. All my stuff is up there already. So, but like if you go via Twitter, the link tree will link you to everything. So the first issue is out now, and the second issue is out on next Monday, the 2nd of May.
Or you can sign up to his Patreon and you can read it tonight.
And you get like a whole bunch of other artwork and stuff. So like not just comic pages, but like other bits of artwork I've drawn. Like this
NJX0, is it 007?
07, yeah.
Okay. That's the first thing. Next, we have an Indiegogo campaign that you got to help us out with, Steve. And it's right here, Indiegogo projects. Tropical Magicks -1.
Yes,
With
sir.
a number.
Watch the video trailer. Watch the
trailer if you're not
animated trailer
if
that
you're not
Pedro
convinced
did.
with the trailer.
Yeah.
Pedro over there. He animated it.
That's right. We've got the guy who animated.
I
He's right.
did.
And that's a large project. Steve, help them out, please. Everyone help them out. Help our 3 creators out tonight. Everyone,
Thank you.
please.
Thank
Make
you
me
so
feel
much.
worthwhile.
That's what we're
Yeah.
here for, is to help these guys out. Come on. Let's go back to our comments here. We have a lot of great comments. Thank you. Thanks to everyone who's commenting.
Yeah.
It makes the show to have people who are commenting. Here comes Steve again. He
Hey,
says, well, okay, twist my arm.
hey, Steve. Is it okay? Is it okay if I announce what you sent me on text message earlier today?
Oh. Here in a moment, I will see what Steve's reply is. In the meantime, Kayla says, Love, Death, and Robots is amazing, but the first season did outshine the second. I appreciated all the animation style. I did too.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
I think the subject matter, I think they tried to be a little bit more mature in that first season. I think that it made for better stuff, frankly.
Yeah.
Kayla says she's a chatter. What can she say? Steve says, go for it.
So Steve's going to be posting a new merch on the merch site. So I don't
Really?
know if you can see that.
What is that? Oh, let me bring this up here. Festival of Badassery.
Nice.
That was
There you go.
wow. That was a phrase that I coined last week.
Yeah. Festival of Badassery. So
It didn't
there
take
you
them
go.
long to come up with that.
There you go. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well,
I don't know when he'll
put
get that up
up
there, but it will be up there. So
all right. Well, I might as well plug us too, I guess. taskforce-geek.creator-spring.com. You can get that Festival of Badassery t-shirt. I guess they're putting that up.
I'll
soon.
just add this in real quick. Some of the proceeds of the Festival of Badassery will go to buying Dirk a top hat and one of those circus performers' canes.
Oh yeah.
during that.
I would like both of those.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Cool.
that would be awesome.
I am all in on all of that. Let's see. All right. I think we're through the comments, and I think we're all through this. Is there anything that we did not? Oh, we got to talk about this before we get out of this.
Oh, yeah.
The Ginge and Pedro show. There also with the ridiculous long channel name, by the way, because you got to have 3 trillion people sign up so that you can get like just a thing that says Ginge and Pedro show.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's YouTube, please, for the love of God, change that immediately. It's so stupid. I mean, I understand that you don't want people creating 100 different things and naming. I mean, whatever. I also understand you want some incentive for people to get subscribers, but come on, let's lower the amount on that, please.
Police. Yeah. So yeah, the Ginge and Pedro show is every Sunday at 10. And I have a big announcement today. On let me see the correct date.
We like it. Breaking news.
Yeah. So on May 15th, we're gonna have George Scribner. If you don't know who George Scribner is the second unit director for The Lion King. Director, yes, director of Ollie and Company from Walt Disney Studios. Worked the first unit for Heavy Metal. And he's going to be a guest in our show. He's one of my mentors. I reached out to him because he just out with a book of painting. So he's going to be in our show. And yeah, it's going to be amazing, guys. So meet us there on the 15th.
You heard it here first, y'all.
Right there. There's the link for that on May 15th.
Yes.
What day is that? What day of the week?
Sunday at 10 p.m. Grab your coffee and just have
that
fun
sounds
with
amazing. What's his book about? Do you know?
The thing is, he was hired because he's what's known in Panama as a Sonian. So Sonians were Americans who were born in the Panama Canal zone.
Oh.
When the U.S. owned the place.
Right.
So he went back to the U.S. He became a Disney director or whatnot, but he's always had this contact with Panama. So he was hired to draw the construction of the new sets of locks for the Panama Canal.
Really?
And yeah,
that's amazing.
He's doing it's all the paintings and the process of the book is about all the paintings he did. I think it was like 40 something paintings he made, and also like his painting process. And so we're gonna be talking about that and his career in Disney and how he I used to own an animation school and he did lectures there. So we're gonna be talking about all of that.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, this guy is a freaking rock star. Like I'm very, very proud to call myself his friend. So yeah,
that's a great get.
Yeah.
Steve says,
"Oh, sorry, go ahead."
Oh, I'm just being silly. Oh hell yeah! Everyone buy a shirt now. Steve said.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Mark?
I was just say the show runs every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I think Pedro may have said 10 p.m. there, but it's Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at 10 a.m.
Eastern.
Central.
Yeah,
10 a.m. Central.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida's where I'm at. Florida's right on that line where an hour away from me is when the time starts to change. So.
Oh, okay.
That explains it all.
That explains the whole thing.
Yeah, dude.
All right. What did we not cover? Did we get everything, guys? Yes. One more time. Let's put that up there. Make sure that everyone's getting over there to someone check the board and see if you're sitting at $6,000 or something.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. But
yeah, let's check the board there.
Yeah,
let's see what we got here.
We got another backer here, so I'm happy.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
Go. Yeah.
Well, that could be Walt.
It's probably me.
Yeah, thank you, Walt.
Welcome.
So there you go.
Thank you, Walt.
Keep that on. We'll check on it later.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then what we're going to do is go on to On Blast, and here that comes.
Here we go.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah. The music is very soothing.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I mean, after one to throat punch people all day long, that gets you out.
Yeah, it calms you down. Yeah, exactly.
Get you out of the throat
I was one to
punching
punch
spirit.
anybody at work. It's just traffic, I just
Wow. All right. So on Blast, which is what we're on right now, is just a simple thing where we ask, what is it that you've been watching or reading, or like maybe a game that you've been playing, just something that you're enjoying doing right now and you want other people to know about it. And to get us started, I'm going to go to Walt because that guy knows how to do this.
If you all didn't know, this past week, Spider-Man No Way Home was released on DVD. So I, watched that over and over again. And that's about it. Not much this week.
That.
Just a regular, turn on Tubi, and eat food, drink, and watch Tubi and Spider-Man. It's pretty much it.
So how many times did you watch Spider-Man?
I've watched it about 3 times. Oh, I can also mention that I watched the Batman finally too, since it's on HBO Max right now too.
Oh, what did you think about that?
You know what? I'm gonna say it's my favorite Batman movie because we finally get to see him do detective work, and that's what I've always been wanting to see in a Batman movie, was him be the detective, not so much all the action and all that stuff. I wanted to see him do detective work, and I was quite satisfied.
Let me back out here just a minute. Steve says, post everyone's links on Facebook, please. I will do so. I'll do it right after the show, I promise. Steve says, the Batman is amazing. It's everything I need it to be. And it's on HBO Max right now, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go to Marcus next. Tell us what it is that you have been either watching or video games you've been playing or, comics.
I mean, basically, like I've told you everything, but like other things I haven't mentioned in this thing. Like in terms of YouTube, there's this guy called Kaiser Beams who reviews like kind of old anime and goes in deep into them. Like he's like he did like Project Echo is like an old school anime that's old as your 1970s, but like kind of late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
He's like an hour long on that, and that really tickled my pickle.
I used to have that on a video cassette, by the way.
I think that Project Echo is also on Tubi. Am I wrong on that, Walt?
It is on Tubi.
It's also on YouTube.
There you go.
I literally just discovered a hardcore band called Gel, which is GEL. I quite like to end. Malevolence. In terms of music, also Scotty Young recommended Toby, who did a track called Feifei, which I quite like. And in terms, I also watched the Spider-Man No Way Home, and like I've been alright with the other Spider-Man movies, but this one kind of it got me. I like that one. That one.
I 100% agree with you on that.
I've just started watching because I've got an 8-year-old. I've been watching the Avatar, and I was surprised by how well that stands up. And like, there's some pretty dark stuff in that for a kid show. I quite like that one.
Oh, you're talking about the Last Airbender?
Yeah, the Last Airbender.
Avatar. Yeah. Okay, right. Yeah. Oh, that's quality stuff.
It is. It's really
seriously.
I do believe that there's either a special coming out or something, or come to video or of some streaming service that will be discussing the various martial arts styles that they used for that series, which I will soak that in like a sponge if that happens.
Because I watched Legend of Korra before I watched Avatar, and I really like Legend of Korra. So like I'm more Avatar all the time, really.
The group that did Avatar, did a Netflix series called The Dragon Prince, which is also full of really great characters and really interesting. It's made for kids, it's not super dark or anything, but the character development in it is amazing. I mean, it's like I watch a lot of adult movies that don't have the character development that this series for kids has, that develops over several seasons. Like these characters come and go. They're complex, and the design on that. Speaking of design stuff, the design on that is really good too.
They also did the new Voltron that's on Netflix.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's next on my
I forgot. Crap! I can't believe I forgot his name. The guy, the director who did Pacific Rim.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, Guillermo del Toro.
He's the producer for the Voltron series too.
He is. I did not know that.
Maya and the Three Kings as well. Didn't he do that one? Or I think the Aztec one that's on Netflix.
I think so. I think he's part of that too. He's doing this big resurgence on animation for Netflix. I know he's got some for animation for Netflix.
Wizards. That's like one of my favorite animated shows on Netflix. That's one of his.
Which one?
It's actually a book. It's, Wizards.
Oh yeah.
I forget if there's a subheader or whatever, but it's broken into 3 series. But you really only need to watch Wizards, and I forget the name of the last series, but it just came out maybe a couple years ago. But kind of puts the wrap on the whole thing.
And speaking of stuff that's on Netflix, if you want like kind of an old school Disney vibe, Over the Moon and Wish Dragon are really good.
Yeah.
They're kids movies, but they're fantastic.
Yeah.
Especially
Over the Moon was directed by Glenn Keane, and that's like the best animator in the world. So
yeah. It's like you can tell because like trying to well, I'm sick of Disney trying to sell me stuff. Just give me your guys, and we'll do it ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really good.
Kayla says that she's subbing to the channel and taking off for the evening. So thanks for being part of the show. We appreciate that very much.
Bye, Kayla.
Bye.
Steve says Tubi is evil. I found Max Headroom on there and soaked it all up today.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, Tubi is an evil.
It's
evil.
It's like a black hole that will suck you in.
Yeah.
Benjamin Soto says Troll Hunters universe is great.
That's the.
That's Guillermo del Toro too.
Yeah, that's the first half of Wizards. It's Troll Hunters is first, and then Wizards is the other half. Yeah.
Okay, now
I wasn't Troll Hunters.
Now I know which
Wizards.
Marcus, I cut you off there a little bit. Did you have more that you wanted to talk about?
No, I mean
for On Blast.
No, I think I've mentioned everything. The only Scott Young and Umberto Ramos did Strange Academy, and that's probably one of the best comics I've read in a while. Absolutely enamored of that. It's just so it's Umberto Ramos' best artwork. I think by far. It's just the man's skills is on fucking point. So yeah,
very cool.
And I think that's my blasting done.
Well done. All over the place. Very good.
That's right.
Blasted all over the wall. Just nice blast.
To clean that up later.
It's good because I'm not a young man anymore, so I'm surprised.
Whoa. Exhausted.
Oh boy.
Nice.
That's the Bill Hicks joke I was referring to earlier, by the way.
Awesome.
All right, Mark, you're up next.
Yes. As far as watching anything, you guys actually mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender. My girlfriend is rewatching that, so I've been catching kind of bits of that, and I was really impressed as well. The story, honestly, the parts of it that I've caught, like I'll catch 2 or 3 episodes at a time, and honestly, every time I walk away from that show, for the most part, it feels like there isn't. You couldn't have made it much better in terms of the writing. Everything feels like every time you learn something, it just feels like you're really only scratching the surface of a much broader universe behind everything. So actually, Last Airbender is really good. But as far as what I'm kind of currently in, aside from like lettering the book, is I've got Doc Star here by Jeff Lemire. I'm about halfway through. It's a kind of a take on a golden age time traveling superhero who goes to save a civilization and basically loses like 18 years of his life, and comes back home to his son hating him, his wife being, kind of like honestly a drunk, and just his whole life's turned upside down, and by the end of the first issue, he's like, his son actually has cancer at this point. It's a really touching story, and I'm excited to get through the rest of it. So, yeah,
Nice.
That sounds cool. Who puts that out?
It's Jeff Lemire. It's part of his Black Hammer universe. And,
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff Lemire. I'm not super familiar with a lot of his work. I know he actually did that thing. I forget what it's called, but it's on Netflix about the kid with the horns.
Sweet.
Oh, Sweet
Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I haven't read a lot of his work, but I love Jeff Lemire's work ethic because he is a dude that is always putting out a bunch of new titles. He's at multiple kinds of publishers, not just the big two, not just Image or Dark Horse. Yeah, sure, he gets Netflix deals and stuff too, but he's I feel like he's a comic writer's writer in that he just doesn't stop putting out books. So yeah, good guy. I like him.
Yeah, he was lucky enough to get Robert Downey Jr. and his wife to do that series on Netflix.
Really?
They were the executive producers for that.
Wow.
Very nice.
Very cool. All right, Pedro, you're up.
Oh,
What do you?
Okay,
What do you?
my life is very boring. I just
Because you're doing all that damn drawing all the time.
yeah, exactly. But this weekend I have a really nice marathon of Get a Robo season 1,
Nice.
the original from
Oh.
1974,
Oh my God!
and I watched like
You practice
6
what you preach.
Yeah, I watched 6 episodes of that, and that was very cool. It was cool. Like Get a Robo, it's like the best like anti-hero story because everybody's an asshole or a dick in that series. So yeah, it was refreshing. I liked it a lot.
That's awesome.
And as soon as I get some more time, I'm gonna watch that. Aside from books, I'm still waiting from crowdfunding books. I don't read that much from the mainstream because I feel rejected every time I do. So I don't know. I reread Chrono Mechanics a couple of days back. That's somewhere around here. But let me see.
Is that the Mark Miller one?
Yeah, no, it's RT Bear one. So yeah, I have to read the books from the boss. But let me see. I reach out and I have Starlight Cats. So yeah, but I read this a long time
Starlight
ago.
Cat. That sounds
Yeah,
cool.
Starlight Cat. This is Shane Davis's book.
Oh,
Really,
wow.
I was very impressed by this book because it's
That
a
looks
story
awesome.
about this is the story about a little girl in Thailand that gets this gem from her grandma, and it's a gem that's meant for a cat to call up this. So it's kind of like Power Rangers.
Okay.
So 5 cats call them a lion,
Ah,
and dude, it's a nice story. You have a Boba Fett kind of like a bad guy called Catamus Prime. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
Cool.
Very, very creative writing there. So, and it's like a couple team. It's Jan Celine and Shane Davis, and they're married, and they do comic books. So yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Dodsons.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Terry and Rachel,
aside from that, the work.
you got 72
Yeah.
more pages to draw.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
So this movie just came to me, Pedro. I was going to ask you if you've seen it. The Space Show.
The Space Show.
It's a Japanese animated movie. It's
the thing is, like, sometimes I get the movies with a different name because I live in Latin America. But
Yeah.
let me look for it.
I've seen it on Amazon. I don't know if it's at any
Yeah.
other place. I enjoyed that movie. It's a movie. It's a family movie, and some kids. It starts off.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen it. Welcome to the Space Show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Welcome to the Space Show. I recommend that one too. So,
Yeah, a lot of heart in that movie.
I watched it a couple of times, and I was like, that
Mm.
that was a good movie. So
Yeah.
I don't know how I forgot to ask this, but I got to know what the connection with Art the Bear is. How did you get that guy to do a cover? And
So this is gonna be an advice to everybody who wants to reach out in the community and meet your heroes, basically.
Yeah.
I caught RT Bear on on a stream, he was talking about like, yeah, like I'm coming back. I have this book black and white and whatever, and I love animation. And I'm over here in Panama going like, so you love animation? So let me just find it real quick. I grabbed one of his characters, basically Reed Blackett, and I animated him.
Oh wow!
And I sent it his way.
Very clever.
And in doing that, this all happened behind my back. Like I didn't know any of this. He was trying to get a show moving, and he wanted to give
You're
me
kidding
art
me.
direction. Yeah. And but the things didn't fall through, and he felt bad. So it's like, okay, Pedro, I couldn't get you that. Would you mind doing a book for me? I'm like, ha ha ha. Yeah, sure, why not? So yeah, like put yourselves out there. The worst answer will be no. No,
That's true.
But amazing things can happen if you just put yourself out there. So yeah, dude, that's the
amazing.
one for today. Yeah, so that's how I got in contact with him. There's nothing else. I found it.
You have the thing that you animated for him?
Yeah, I was looking for it, but I'll find it. Let me just share my screen real quick.
Yeah.
So this is what I did this like real quick in a morning. Like this is the things I do to keep my chops up. Like I do like a run cycle or like a little animation tidbit early in the morning before I start working to warm up. And then I use it as basically a presentation card.
Nice.
That's awesome. How many frames is that?
It's only 12 frames, but I'm animating on 2s.
Okay.
And okay, so let me just hide this. And here you can see like this is the rough.
Oh, that's so cool.
The rough animation, and then I cleaned it up with vectors. Oh, just come here. These are like vector lines. You can.
That's the perfect example. We talked about vectors earlier. That's the perfect example right there. Is how you can modify those easily.
Yeah. So, but I actually animate on raster because it comes more natural to me.
Yep.
Oh, and guys, this software I'm using here is open source. It's called OpenTunes, and it's the software the Studio Ghibli uses. So take it for a spin. Yes, sir.
They are using open source software?
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
Like,
you can do whatever you want. In this case, bouncing movies.
That's one of Pedro's specialties. Actually, is this dude loves like just a tit jiggling, like.
Yeah, exactly. it's called overlapping action, Ginge.
Okay, you call it that. I'll call it tit jiggling.
I call it boob physics.
And boob physics, yeah. Just it's the thing, like just these things I can show that are not out yet. I have to be careful. But yeah, like you can handle like effects. Let's see.
Wow.
Cool.
That is so cool.
And then that I will take it into After Effects. That's the only software I haven't been able to let go. After Effects.
Really?
Yeah, it's compositor wise, there's nothing better in the market yet. Like DaVinci's doing something, but
nice.
Yeah, this.
So
I
cool.
did this for a channel called Red Valkyrie, and let me see something around. I think it's scene 16 is when they leave.
Cool.
Yeah. But the final
That is
result
awesome.
was the final result was this. Let's see, CRT. Here we go.
Wow.
So I handle the effects in After Effects, and you have more control over all the things that are happening.
I see.
But it's all done in OpenTunes.
See how you softened up the glow there after
Yeah.
effects.
Is this all by your lonesome?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well done.
Nice.
Well done. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm not married, guys.
I'm so.
So,
Yeah.
any of you single ladies out there watching right now, if you want to, now's your chance.
No, if he
Yeah.
gets married, he will stop doing this stuff.
Exactly.
He's like a monk. He has to. you know,
Actually, you need to find somebody. You need to find somebody who's into it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. And I don't know. I only attract non-nerdy chicks, and they just stare at me like, "What are you doing? This is how I make my money, baby. Don't you want them burgers from McDonald's? Gotta work."
Wow. Gigi says, Mr. Hooper, they might as well call you Federal Express because you are delivering the goods tonight.
Word.
Thank you,
Ew.
Gigi.
Very cool.
Steve says, did we just find another shirt, Boob Physics?
Well, physics.
Food
Yeah.
physics.
I'm ready. That's a good one. Ben says, great show tonight, Dirk. Well, Pedro, Ginge, and Marcus.
Thanks,
you.
Ben.
Yeah, wow.
Thanks, Ben.
Great conversation, folks.
Mhm.
I sure do appreciate all of the information that you've given us and the entertainment and
Awesome,
talking
man.
about animation, which we
Mhm.
we cover a little bit of that, but we got in a little deeper than we usually do, and that wasn't even a subject, which is awesome.
Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. That's great. That's great.
Don't-
I mean,
Please don't apologize for that because
Yeah,
I love that
because-
subject.
because I will tell you right now, like animation is what fueled me to draw. So
Yeah.
you know,
That's why I'm here.
so you
Yeah.
know.
I think that's funny. It probably got all of us into wanting to do this sort of stuff. Hey, it's promo time. Let's make sure that we can get our guests
Let's do it.
and find out where to find them. Let's start
Mhm.
first with Marcus, please. Marcus, tell us where to find you.
I'm on Twitter at NJX07. All the stuff is linked down there. If you find me on Patreon, Ko-fi, Gumroad is under Markus Pattern. Etsy is Etsy store Markus Pattern. This janky fucking URL. Instagram Markus Pattern draws. If all that is too much information, just hop on over to my
Twitter.
Twitter, yeah, and go there.
That's
And,
the last thing. I'll just pause this for a second. That's the last thing
Also-
that's on the list there. Yeah.
if you want me to draw you something, my commissions are open.
There you
If you
go.
want me to do you a comic book, I'm up for that too. You know,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Very important. And
I'll-
get over there
if
and get.
Kirkman watches this, I will draw you your next Amazon Prime show.
That's
There
right.
you go. There you go.
Let's get Marcus some work here.
Yeah.
Let's get over and get on that Patreon and buy those comics. Let's have all of it.
I need
All-
to feel like a success in front of my wife and child.
He has mouths to feed.
Yeah, exactly.
What was that from? Was it? Oh, no, I can't even remember the movie. Total Recall. I got
Oh,
5 mouths to
Wow,
feed.
please. Oh, the guy with the
That's the best part of that movie. I got
Oh, yeah.
5 mouths
mouth
to
to
feed.
feed.
We'll keep that in the Colin Farrell version.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. All right, Mark, you're up next, man. There's the Twitter address. Where else?
Twitter and YouTube are pretty much my most two kind of active spots. Yeah, if you get a hold of me through Twitter, I'll pretty much respond as soon as I see it. Yeah, as far as like any work that I'm doing obviously working with Pedro here. We've got some stuff coming out in the future. I am also taking lettering jobs, also editing. If you want some editing, I'm not a copy editor, and I consider myself a story editor, but I'm not here to change your story. I'm just here to help you better communicate your vision and just get across better whatever it is you're trying to say. So yeah, I am looking for. Thank you. Yeah, it is really too, and I have an editor as well. So I mean, it's nothing personal. Just I'm trying to make my own work as as good as possible. So yeah, editing and lettering, y'all can get at me at Twitter there, and I'll be happy to help out.
Very cool. All right, Pedro, you're up next.
Okay, so you can find me at the Twitters as Anguilla and on Instagram at Pedro Anguilla 39. I don't do TikTok because I don't dance. And
I think we're thankful for that.
Yeah, and we do the YouTube with Ginge every Sunday, and yeah, those are the places you can find me. Like if you need your help with your trailers or whatnot, if you need commissions for drawing, character design, I'm your man. So yeah,
we just saw your work from the beginning, which is really cool. So yeah, if you got it, and you want to work with independent people, right? You want to work with independent creators.
I'm only working with independent creators because I don't want to be bound.
I mean, that's our audience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Disney's watching us, although it would be okay.
No, but cool if they were.
Yeah, but even if they were like where I'm at right now and within my journey, I don't want to tie myself to a company ever again.
Wow,
that's one of my things that I rather throw myself face first into a blender before going into an office like that.
I haven't been burned like that, so I'm willing to throw myself into an office if it pays.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I want to get to the stage, but
I got you.
Yeah. I try to beat you, but I need to do what you done first.
Some people have to learn in their own way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't bash people who work in offices. It's just like I've done it already, and I see how your work is used to enhance others, and then you get left behind, and that freaking sucks.
Yeah,
I imagine that's very frustrating.
And even though I'm 48 and I know like I'm not like close to death, I start to feel like the clock's ticking. Like if you're gonna do something, do it now.
That's not close to death.
That's my motto. Like if I'm gonna do something, I have to do it now. So yeah,
right there with you.
That was uplifting.
So
it was very uplifting.
The more you know.
Yeah,
I started doing this full time because there was a bomb scare in Soho, and I thought, well, I'm not fucking dying in this shop. Yeah. So death motivates us all.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Get out your notepad and write down that channel address there.
I had to do a screenshot.
It's like
it's like decoding.
It's like decoding something from the CIA.
Yeah, dude.
You might could just YouTube Gingerton. And probably just find my mug there.
Look, I did it earlier today. Just look up Marrk Mulgrave.
There you go.
And it's going to come up.
But so you've got like 125 subscribers. Can't you not change it?
I didn't know about that until we spoke today. I didn't know about that. So I'll have to look into it after the show.
The magic number is 100. So if you got 125, you're ready to go. You can change it tonight.
Yep.
There you go.
Very nice.
Yep.
What are you thinking, Ginge?
Dude, I just upload and go really like as far as the YouTube goes. It's just a thing.
All right. Let's see what else we got. Walt, you're up next, man. I gotta find your stuff here. I'm way off the mark. Start talking.
You can find me at Facebook at Walter Cons. You can go to my blog spot there, What Studio Art, and I'm on Twitch every once in a while. You can catch me playing games. I'm thinking about getting Transformers back on. And you can buy some of my swag at the my Zazzle store there. So,
can I ask you a question, Walt? Real quick?
Sure.
Is that cons? Is that like convention related or?
No, actually, it had to do. It came from a I want to say about maybe a decade ago, I had this knack for doing little caricatures of my friends. And a friend of mine said, "Oh, look, you've done a little Walter Con of me."
Oh, that's cool.
And it stuck. So it's like a play on icons and whatnot.
Nice.
So one of my big things is I was doing portraits of people and pet portraits. I was making a killing unemployed doing pet portraits, watercolor painting. So so I'm open to doing. So if you go to my Facebook page, there's a few of my paintings on there and some of my portraits that I did, and I do traditional watercolor, pencil, as well as digital. So
Nice.
Very nice, bro.
thanks.
Very cool. And he's going to be doing some sequential art soon.
I'm getting back into that too. So
Yeah, dude.
So that's where you can find
We
me.
need more comics, man. We need more comics.
Our stuff is for adults too. Let's see. Here, oh, wait a minute. Let me get. I got too much going on. Steve says, "I hate that I came in late. I'll rewatch the show later and catch up. You guys are amazing. I'll be following and backing y'all for sure. Thanks, TFG. Great stuff. A lot of. Steve loves animation.
Yes.
You are going to want to see this whole episode
Yeah.
because we've talked a lot about animation tonight. Which was
It's
awesome.
Pedro's. Speaking of Star Blazers, so
Dude, if you want to do like a mecha show, I'm open to that.
yeah.
I can talk on that topic for hours.
Macross, Gundam. Yeah,
No, not
same
only
here.
that, like the giant mecha era from 74 to 81.
Oh yeah.
Grandizer.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's on now.
That's a
Falling
show.
down the rabbit hole again.
Yeah.
No, and I suspect that Walt could probably talk about that as well. So maybe we
We'd
do
have to
need
get-
a show.
We have to get Steve on here for that show too.
That'd be great. I would.
Seriously, like, did I miss another Yamato reference again? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, we talked- Yeah, we
Hey,
talked
hey,
about all that. 70s,
Hey.
70s anime, Steve.
Last week that Steve was
Yep.
on?
Yep.
Pedro, you need to go watch last week's
Yeah.
on Blast.
Okay.
For what Steve's into. So
Dude.
Wait, Steve is ready. So, if you guys are serious about doing an animation show, let's
Hey,
do that.
let's do it, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. And you guys are all welcome back. I say this every time, but I really mean it. This has been a great episode. I learned stuff.
I was
We had a lot of
ecstatic
fun.
I was ecstatic that Marcus accepted
Yeah.
when I posted that. It's good having you back, Marcus.
Yeah.
It's being back,
Oh,
man.
that's right. That was through your
My tweet.
post.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And look, like I said, sometimes we have stuff that's all booked up and sometimes we're kind of free. So
Sometimes we have people drop out.
make your own topic. We'd love to talk to you. I think it's great.
Awesome.
All right, there's all my silliness right there. I don't know. I don't have much to report. I need to get to work. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got about 4 portraits that I need to do and some other stuff. But if you're interested, you can get in touch with me and all that sort of stuff. And I got some writing to do. There's so much that needs to happen here over the next few days. That's all I got, man. I don't want to push it too hard because I'm busy enough. Okay.
True. Yeah.
I can't take much more. Scotty, I can't take much more. Captain.
Oh, dude.
Hey, we'll kill us both.
Piss off.
But check with me later. I'll not be busy a week from now. So, write that stuff down and check us out. Hey, thanks to all the people who chimed in for tonight. We had great comments that knew all of you, which is crazy. What's up with that? That was very cool. Thanks to the regulars who chimed in tonight. Thanks to Mark. Thanks to Pedro. Thanks to Marcus. Thanks for being on again, guys.
Thanks to our new people who started watching and are following.
Yeah, we need subscribers too. We got to help each other out. Seriously.
Yeah, that we do.
I will get over to your all's YouTube channels as well. I promise. and check out what you're doing. And if we need to get together to do an animation night or maybe a drink and draw, maybe,
Yeah.
maybe we should be doing a little bit of that.
Do it.
What do we
Maybe-
got here?
Maybe we can do a drink and drink. I don't know.
Just a drink and drink.
A drink and drink.
The point is mostly drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You finish the drink to have another drink.
Right.
Exactly.
Very
And then
good.
maybe draw something in there.
There you
Who
go.
knows?
Well, it's a draw.
All right. I draw.
Thanks, Michelle. Michelle's still with us. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Thanks for watching us. Thanks to all of you. And that's it, folks. We're wrapping it up. Until next time, this is Dark Cooper saying, dream hard. Everyone wave.
Cheers.
That's it.
Yeah.